Peace, peace, peace. What's good, family? How you guys doing today? Friday. I'm back in the office, as you can see, and I wanted to discuss the phenomena of black men that bash black women. I've been noticing that a lot online, particularly in the group of called Kevin Samuel fan base or fan supporters, the supporters of Kevin Samuel. I see it in other places as well, where black men are usually talking about black women and how they can be unaccountable. And I think in too many cases this is true, that they won't be accountable for, the choices they make as they're younger, and then as they age and their options are a little more limited, particularly if they have children as they get older, so on and so forth. And then black men will make comments about that. Why you don't have a man, or what about all the things you've done to make relationships harder? And I think there's some truth in that. I think there's a lot of truth in that. But I think that when you're critiquing someone, a whole gender, you should also look at yourself. Start with yourself first, and then look at the role that your brothers have played in relationship dysfunction that we see in our community. We should always start with self. That's the thing, If I say I want a woman that's a certain weight, then I should be a certain weight in terms of being healthy. If I want this in a woman, then I should be able to provide that for a woman. But I think the bashing comes into play when black men, or I should say males of a certain age, they start to project their own issues with women, and a lot of times that's based on the relationships that they have with women. And a lot of times I think that is on us, because, and let me start with myself. I've chosen a woman, including the last one that I was with, that really wasn't right for me. 2 months in, 3 months in, she was already showing me signs that she was not the one for me. I even, like an idiot, posted it online, and I almost made a mistake in marrying this girl. She saw it, we had a big fight. That was very immature of me. I can man up and say that part. But ultimately it turned out to be true. I wish I would have known that 2 years later and thousands of dollars later. Trying to give people the benefit of the doubt, trying to give the sister the benefit of the doubt. And if I tell you everything that I went through with this woman, this female, then you probably couldn't understand some of the things I'm going to say in the future. Because I certainly didn't deserve to be treated the way that I was treated. And if I was a bashing black man, or a black man that bashed black women, then I would, one, say all or most black women are like this or like that. And then two, I would say, and I would box black women in certain categories. And then three, I would absolve black men or black males of any responsibility in how they treat black women. Now, I'm not saying all, I'm not saying most, but I'm saying far too many of us engage in this. And a lot of times it's based on failed relationships that we've had with women, where we should have got off on the first flight, or the second flight, or the third flight at the latest. So what black men do is you come across enough of these relationships, and then you start to form an opinion about black women in general. And a lot of times we are trying to be with women for the wrong reason, and staying with women for the wrong reason. Particularly when we chase so-called sexy women, or cute women, or beautiful women, pretty women. A lot of times we'll get in these relationships with them, or try to be in them with them, and then we'll start making these moral compromises. We'll start doing things that, that aren't right. We'll start doing things there's no reciprocity. We'll start spending our money. We start spending our time. We start spending our emotions and our mental and our spirit on these women, and it doesn't work out. And then we get frustrated when we realize that it can't work out, because it's not supposed to work out. This was not the right woman for us, but instead we'll stay and we'll make excuses for them. It's similar to the excuses that women make for men. It could be for a variety of reasons. A lot of times it's sex. Sometimes it's status. Sometimes it's us wanting to be with that woman so bad that we allow certain things to go on. And certain things, the negative things that happen. And if you have enough experiences like this with enough women, and you keep repeating the cycle and dating the same women and not having standards, not having high standards, not having shared values, if you keep doing this with these same types of women, eventually you're going to be pissed off. And you're going to internalize it, and then you're going to project out negativity. And then you're going to start calling all or most black women this or that. Now, this isn't to say that the black women don't have issues and problems. They certainly do. We certainly do. And I think that accountability is an issue for a lot of women, or not taking accountability for their own choices. But then again, I think, we got to look at ourselves individually and collectively as men and say, what role did we play in the relationship dysfunction that didn't work, that made the relationships not work? And if a man is doing all the right things and he's still getting played and doing this and that, at the end of the day, you have to say it's your fault, brother. There are no victims in that situation, only volunteers. Because you didn't just walk away, or you didn't really bring up to attention, the attention of the woman, the stuff that she's doing. Now, what are the sorts of things that women do that get men like this? Well, they'll play us. They'll have us spend our money and be dating. They could be dating men on the side. In some cases, women. Or they're still just filling you out. You're telling them how you feel and this and that, and they kind of like you, but you might be loving them. It's not the reciprocity. There's no reciprocity. Relationships aren't 50-50. Sometimes they're 10-90 or 199, but they eventually have to balance out, and it doesn't balance out. And that gets frustrating for men. And then it's like, as we're younger and older, we see some of these women that we try to get with, right? When we're younger, they don't really want us, And then as you get older, it's like they had 2 or 3 kids later, and they want to get with you, and you're like, nah, I'm good. And so it's things that frustrate us. And then the women that come into these relationships that are broken, they have unhealed pain and sadness, sorrow, and anger, and they project that onto us. You see, women are emotional by nature. We're all emotional by nature, but women are a bit more emotional by nature. Men are more physical and more ego and all the rest of that. But that means that we have to both pull our spirits together and raise it up higher. As I said before, I keep saying, we're not kings and queens, we're gods and goddesses. But to be on that level, we have to continually seek to ascend to that level. That means ascending our emotions, ascending our ego. Remember that we're spirit, that we're energy, that we must be positive energy. We can't fall for the emotions. We can't fall for the ego. We can't be in these relationships with all this unhealed anger and all this unhealed pain, because we're only going to further project that onto each other, and the cycle continues. So, when I see these brothers making these comments, these negative comments, and then when somebody like myself tries to speak up and say, men, you have to also be accountable, I get called a simp. I get called all kind of names. You know, I'll say that I'm pandering for someone. And this is like, I'm speaking online generally. And, you know, if folks knew what I went through dating women online, particularly the last one, you'd understand that the last place I'm trying to meet a woman is online, particularly on Facebook, even IG at this point. Now I have been on dating sites. I'm on. I think I'm still on Bumble at this time, but for me, I'm more interested in friendship at this point. Someone that piques my interest shows up, then we can do this. But I'm very cautious. The last thing I'm trying to do is pander to women in a room where, you know, I don't know you. You know, I don't do randoms, stuff like that. I don't have to press anyone. So that's all I want to say for now. Hope you guys got something out of this. And when you go into these rooms, what I do now, I either block or unfollow whoever posts the BS or whoever responds negatively. Not that I'm negatively to me or to other women. Not that I'm above critique or can't be, you know, we can't do a little bit of back and forth. But a lot of times when you start name calling and you're not really looking for solutions, it's not something that I want to be part of, and that's something I won't be a part of. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to be hopefully doing a live stream on Unapologetic Negropian later today, and maybe another live stream with Perky Perspectives, Ashley Perkins, later today as well. If we don't get to it today, it'll probably be Tuesday of next week. Let me shout out, I'll put the link below. I got this jersey a couple days ago from some brothers that are doing the Wakanda soccer jerseys. I love it, don't you guys? Wakanda. They got some sort of arrangement with Nike. It's all good. I may be working with them in the future. And as you can see, this is DKK, The Counterculture, a series of hashtags and posts that I make questioning culture, trying to strengthen our culture, trying to make sense of the world. Oh, also got this, I'm gonna have to put this down too in the description. It won't be up immediately, but it will be up. Okay, so I got this, I love being black.com. I love this. I just ordered some more masks from another black owned company. So I'll put all that information down because I'm trying to support black owned businesses. And my Patreon is coming soon. My PayPal is coming soon. I mean, I have my PayPal. My Patreon's coming soon. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a GoFundMe or not. I also have PayPal and CashApp. And I'll put all the links down below. Give me a moment to do that. Have a great day. I hope I was helpful. If you have any questions, dating and relationship, I'll also put a link to my email and we can discuss in private. I'm not charging anything at this time. So, you know, you want some free dating advice, get back to me and let me know. Anyway, have a great day. Love y'all. Peace.